Let's bring in Ellie Cohanim, Senior Fellow at the Center for Security Policy, formerly with the State Department. Ellie, your thoughts on this, and I feel like that might have been something that stuck out to you, that they will be more judicious with the info that they're going to share on the troops. It's important also to know from a strategic standpoint, it's not just Americans watching these press briefings, but rather these are available to our enemies as well.
Sean, that's exactly right. And it's not just about the press briefings. It's about this entire debacle that Joe Biden has led in Afghanistan. Look, from the beginning, from the outset, it seems like there was a complete lack of planning here. Again, the Biden administration abandoned the Bagram Air Base. They seem to be relying on the Taliban for U.S. security. It's just been one disastrous decision after the next. And what I heard the general say in this Pentagon briefing was that our soldiers, our servicemen and women need prayers and thoughts. Well, guess what? They don't need thoughts and prayers. What they need is a commander-in-chief who's got full mental faculty and who also has the political will to be the leader of the free world, which the President of the United States of America is. Look, we are the #1 superpower in the world, and we shouldn't be making requests to the Taliban. We dictate terms to the Taliban. So from the beginning to this very day, every step that the Biden administration has taken in Afghanistan has been a complete disaster. It's been a complete failure.
Yeah.
I don't know why heads have not rolled yet in this administration.
Ellie, that question remains. Stand by, if you will, for more on this conversation. We want to welcome in former general for the Arizona National Guard, Major General Michael McGuire, who's been listening to the Pentagon briefing along as we have. Major General, thanks for coming on today. As we hear from the Pentagon, again, there are 5,000 U.S. service members who still remain. This follows one day after 13 U.S. service members were killed in that explosion at Abbey Gate. What needs to happen for our military men and women who still remain in Afghanistan as the day and deadlines it inches forward to that August 31st evacuation?
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. I agree with Ellie. It's chaotic over there. There's a lack of leadership, and those 5,000 have to get out as well. I mean, let's be honest. When this started, we talked at a number of 10,000 as the minimum number of U.S. citizens we needed to get out. On the day it started, we had 2,500 service members there. We've now doubled that. We need to get all of them out of there. And clearly, the security that Kabul has outside our perimeter run by the Taliban is not secure. We know that bomber yesterday went through a Taliban checkpoint.
General, talk to me more about that. That was something that stood out. Secretary Kirby talking about that. It seems as if the messaging I got was that the perimeter is beefed up by way of the Taliban as far as the checkpoints and the way they're conducting checkpoints and their communication with the Taliban. But how dangerous is that, this reliance on the Taliban?
Well, remember, this all started with the Taliban harboring the forces that launched the attack on 9/11. Their ideology hasn't changed, and this is not a group that I think we can look at as a partner on the world stage. They've harbored terrorists in the past. They are clearly not acting in our interest, and now they're dictating terms for us to be out by the 31st. I think the question for President Biden, who's derelict in his duty, is what happens if we have service members still there on September 1st? We going to leave that behind as well?
All right. Yeah, great question. Still a lot of questions remain, but again, to leave it on this, the evacuation is still ongoing until August 31st. There are credible threats still in that area. Ellie Cohanim, Major General Michael McGuire, thank you both so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, our continuing coverage of the